All right, so welcome back to a very special episode of Walkin and Talkin with Tim. So my esteemed guest today is Dr. Ali Houshmand, who is the president of Rowan University. Now, before I ask him any questions, I'm going to give you a quick backstory because he's got a great story. So Dr. Houshmand was born in Iran. You grew up in Iran, and at 20 years old, decided that he wanted to go to the United Kingdom to study mathematics. And he did that at Essex University, correct?
Yep.
And you earned your master's degree.
Yes, at Essex, yes.
And then decided you wanted to move on to the States.
Yep.
And you came to the University of Michigan.
Yes.
Initially to study
mathematics,
statistics, I thought.
Yeah, it was a branch of it. Yes, you're right. It was a statistics.
And then you decided to move on to engineering, and in fact, industrial engineering.
Yep.
And got your PhD.
Yes, a master's and a PhD. Yes.
Yeah, that's even better. Yeah. So, and then, I guess my question would be, we gotta walk a little slower, so I don't lose you. He walks really fast.
I am fast, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so that brings us, I guess, to here at Rowan, right?
Yes.
I mean, your career started and you end up here. So my first question is just about that. So, was Rowan looking for an Ali Houshmand, or was Ali Houshmand looking for a Rowan?
I think it was the latter, because when I came in here, I was looking for a place that was a big challenge, that had room for massive improvement and potential for growth. I found that at Rowan University. You can go this way. And so I came in here, even though I had to basically reduce my salary from Drexel, but I wanted to come in here and take responsibility of the academic affairs and make an impact. And I really feel very, very good about the decision that I made, even though the first 2 years of my career in here was somewhat rough. And I was trying to get adjusted. It was a public institution, it's highly unionized, and it was different from Drexel University. It was a very fast-paced university. So that difference was kind of tough for me to adjust. But once I did, it became home, and I love the place right now. I do anything for this place to make it the world-class university. And I really think already is, but it can become even better.
So that leads me to, in the past 10 years, because you've been here 10 years, right?
Yeah.
In the past 10 years, you made incredible strides. This university has done phenomenal things. So having said that, what would you say your favorite accomplishments are here at the university? And, obviously you're involved in all these accomplishments. So what were your favorite accomplishments that the university was able to do? And, what do you attribute that to?
I think the greatest accomplishment that I've had, and a number of people have asked me that question, is to create harmony on this campus and to line up everybody, irrespective of their position and which constituents they belong to bring them together so that all of us can put our energy towards making this university better. Changes in higher education is very, very tough. The joke is, if you ask a tenured professor, how many does it take to change a light bulb? They say, oh my God, change? We don't like change. So in order for me to do all of these things, I needed to have, especially the faculty members, the professors, the staff, to come along and truly believe in that change. And once we did that, the rest was easy, because now suddenly I became we. And once became we, it was much easier to implement it. Because without that, they kill you.
You're speaking my language. I do not like the words I, me, and my.
No.
I'm a we, us, kind of guy.
That's how it should be. Yes.
That's absolutely fantastic. So that leads me to, so then out of those things, what are a few things that, there's so many kids that are probably thinking about going to school over the country, and this is one of the greatest schools now in the country, right? So if I'm a prospective student, what would I not know that you guys offer?
We offer in here a kind of undergraduate and graduate program that the faculty members who come in here are very dedicated to interact with the students, to be their mentors, to be their friends. That's the teaching is very much valued in here. In many institutions, the focus is always on research. Here, we do teaching, let's put it this way.
Okay.
And so you will find a lot of our professors are dedicated to the students. The pricing here is right. The campus is beautiful and safe. And I can assure you, when somebody brings their son or daughter in here, I think after 4 or 5 years,
and I did,
be very successful. My son came in here too. So I'm speaking. So I don't want to kind of sell people something and then not use it myself.
Of course.
And my son could have gone anywhere else, but he came in here and he was delighted to get a degree in chemistry and biology. So I think that people will get a valuable degree in here. I think they will learn to make good decisions. And also this is a very safe and beautiful place, and the price is right. Because if you go to a private institution, tuition and fee and room and board, you're talking about $60,000, $70,000.
I looked.
Whereas in here, our tuition is only $13,000, $14,000, and most of these kids get a scholarship. By the time they get their scholarship, you're talking about $10,000, $12,000 tuition and fees. And the room and board depends on whether they want to live in here. Even that is probably 50% less than the price would be in Philadelphia universities for room and board. So you get a good price, you get a good education, you get a safe environment, and you go and be a successful citizen. I think that's a wonderful proposition for people to come here.
So we're trying to skip that big puddle that you see back there. Anyway, yeah. So my daughter Kristen came here and she loved it. You've met Kristen.
Yes,
she interviewed you a while back. Yeah. So yeah, and she had a great time. She loves it here. She loves the school. Loves the whole program. So my next question would be, Ollie's Houshmand's hazardous sauce.
Yes.
He's very fast. It's hard to keep up with. So Houshmand's hazardous sauce. I know what it's about. I know it's a little business you created.
Yeah.
But I also my understanding of it is that you have it helps to fund some scholarships.
Yes.
So in that vein, how would someone go about applying for a scholarship that has something to do with the sauce? Like, how does it work?
Okay, let me give you an example. Let's assume Jim Smith, student, writes a note to me, an email, or to my chief of staff or somebody, or to a financial aid officer. My father just lost his job. I need $2,000 to pay my bill. Otherwise I have to drop out. Come in here. Once we know that this is the fact, we just give him the $2,000.
So they just contact your office.
Exactly. It's an emergency fund for people who have emergency issues. The bigger it gets, of course, the bigger we give. But we have right now $3 million in endowment for that operation, and we have sold around $150,000. $100,000 was sold.
Let's stop for one quick second and give everybody a little quick look behind us. Look how peaceful this is behind us.
This is an engineering college, yes.
Very nice.
One of the finest engineering, ranked number 17th in the nation.
Right. So obviously you've got a big undertaking as the fall is upon us, right?
Yes.
And you've got to get the whole staff and all your students vaccinated. So how's that going? I mean, what's that like for you?
Well, that is of course an issue that, as you know, there is a divide in the nation. We have a big chunk of our population in this country and in this state and in this city are not willing to be vaccinated. What I decided to do was the following. I said, instead of me trying to enforce something and then fail at implementation of that enforcement, in a democratic system, what you do, you entice, encourage, and educate people.
Yes.
And so that's what I did. I said, instead of doing that, I'm going to put an incentive for them. If they come to campus vaccinated, they get $500 off of their tuition. If they live in our dorm, they get an additional $500. This is the largest incentive in the nation currently. In fact, if you look at the total value of it, which cost about $10 million to Rowan, it's bigger than some of these estates who have got a $1 million a week lottery.
That's pretty crazy.
So it's really magnificent operation. But the reason for that is we are in a democratic system. In a democratic system, you don't enforce that. In China, you go get somebody from their home and take them to hospital. You can't do that in here. And I don't want it to do that. Because in a university, this is a place of education. People have to come to their state of mind to feel good about doing the vaccination. And anybody who tries to force it, in my opinion, is going to fail. So that's really my approach for this.
Well, that was all my questions. So I want to thank Dr. Houshmand for taking this interview. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I guess we will see all of you. Keep on moving, keep on walking, do your thing. And if you've got questions or if you're interested, drop them in the box. I mean, we'll answer them. I'm sure Dr. Houshmand will answer them as well.
Sure.
We're all on social media, so. And we will see you next time on Walkin' and Talkin' with
Thank
Tim.
you. Good to see you.